Okay, now we are coming to MasterClass lesson 14. It's about creating a professional blog post using Elementor Pro. Let's see what we had done before. Before we start creating the blog page, we have created the 4 blog posts and followed by a professional template. And now we are creating the blog post that will interface with our professional template and the 4 blog posts. Before we start creating the blog post or the blog page, let us understand the layout. First of all, okay, this one is the top menu, and then it always have the top menu. The first section that we are creating is about banner here. This is where the banner, our treatment, and followed by the phone number of the owner. And then we have a complete page for the blog post, followed by the text, the title, blog latest things. And then down below you see all the posts will be integrated here. And you can see now all these blog posts is stated here. Every picture they have an image, and then you have a title, then you have the excerpt, and then if you read more, and then you go to, if I click to read more, I'll click this button. You will show me exactly our post all about, and I think you have seen this. Basically this is a blog post. Let me go back again, and let's go back to the blog. It's a main blog. So every time we click anything, they will go to the post by itself. We have set up about 4 posts. We can set more if we want. Then we set up because that will be the latest. And also follow here, you also have the 4 posts here. You click read more, and then they will go into the post by itself. So at the bottom here, you can see this is something that, do you want to boost your business in the social media? Of course, yes. So if you understand, if you click this button, normally we have an option here. When we click this button, either it go to your email directly, or you click it, go into a landing page. Basically, that's why one of the reasons why when sometimes we promote through a social media, you will go into blog posts, and from blog posts you will come to here, and then we will link it to our landing page. The idea of the landing page is to capture your customer database before they start doing anything. Well, if they have in the social media, if they have the interest to know more about your product, they will come to this stage. Right? This is the stage. So this is where you capture them, the name and the email, and you will build up your own customer service list in a legal way. So as usual, when we want to create a page, this is a blog page. So we come to the dashboard. It's where the dashboard about. And then we go down to the page and we create new. There are 2 ways of creating new, is either here or here. So I already created a new page, a blog page, which I put it into MasterClass blog. So I will go into edit. Normally you don't show the Elementor yet, but you go into edit. You come to this page, you put in your title. Now because we have 1 blog already, so I just put MasterClass blog. And when you do the setting, the first part you need to do is to set here Elementor full width. So once you set this is under page attribute, and you create. Then after that, once you set, you publish it. Remember to publish here, and then once you publish, then you go to Elementor. It will take a few seconds to go up to Elementor, and then you will see there are 2 parts. As usual, we see one part you create your column, the other part you will see all the templates I have shown you before. We have more than 100 over templates, for you to choose, for you to design. But I want to show you the basic way of what we are doing. So let's go into a way that we want to do. Now let's remember that the first part of here is a banner. So the banner is basically 100% white, full width, in other words. So we come to this part here. We set up a banner will be just a section with just 1 column. Right, it's a full column. So we set it into full width, and then we say that there's no gap, and then default height we put it to VH. We put under VH, we set it to 24 VH. Okay, let's say go to about 24. Okay, we set to 24 because this is talking about the banner here. So what we need to do now, we go into same section here. It's still in the section area. We go to style, we go to background type, and we insert the image. We choose the image from here, or the image, we just choose one. I just pick one and we insert the image. You notice when you insert the image, there are a lot of other things that you see. Position, center, attachment, no, and then size is cover. Go into cover, default no repeat, and you will see, let's look at it, there's no repeat. So basically you look at the whole banner is here. Okay, we have done with the banner here, banner. So the next thing we do, we're going to put up an image for the blog post, title here, then followed by the two column, and with the 4 posts, latest posts here, and right to the bottom we have same, but it is a 4 column showing the latest problem, and then at the bottom is about boosting your business in the social media. Okay, let's start off with the here we're going to back here. Okay, we have finished the first section, and now we are creating the second section. Basically, it's a page, it's an image, and then you put up your title, your heading title. So what I'm going to do, I will go into full page or full section, one whole section here, and I will set this to 1500 pixel size to 1005. Column default gap, no gap, we have no gap. Minimum height, we maybe want to put up to 600. Let's say go to 600, give them a bit of better space. So here you can see it actually from where you see here to here is about 600 pixel. So what we need to do is we just put in the image. We just look for an image, background, classic, we enter the image. So this time we will choose an image different from what we have shown. Okay, let's choose this one. Insert, your whole image will be, and you can see here, let's stretch this page and see how it look like. So this is, you look at it here, is some so-called duplicating. Set this a little bit. Go here. We want it to be position, center, and then you go to no repeat. We don't want to see the repeat. No repeat. Then we see size. We put in cover. So you will see quite beautifully done. And the next thing that we do, we have to put in the title here. Drag in the title, heading, drop. This one we move it to the center first. We change the color, go to scale, change color to white so that we can see. We go back to title, content layout. So this is the layout that we want to change it. We put something like a little bit different. Generally what I want to do is engaging blog with social media. Engaging, this is a title that we want to put in, but maybe it's a bit small. Okay, let's go back to size is H2, it's already considered big. We go back to that color, white, and we go to typography, choose it a nice looking, maybe use time, look more interesting, and transform. Okay, we just leave it this style. We engage, we put it the size, a bigger size a little bit. This one will be very nice looking. If you want to have all capital, you can have all capital letter, but I think we leave it as it is. So the next thing we go is we go for another one. When you look at the other part, okay, let's look at the other part that we want to do is about the post. So remember the post we set up. First of all, we need to have a title. So we put up a single Okay, we're going to set box. I think we have to stretch this out first to also 1005. 1005 alignment height. I think it's okay. This one don't need to do anything. What we need to do, we do internally here. We drag another title here. We just drop it. Move it to the center. Right. So we change this text here. Okay, we change the text. We will say this latest blog post news. So this is going to be the latest title there. Okay, we change color. We use the dark blue. Now this one is a bit close to the top section. So what I'm going to do is I add in the spacer on top. So it gives them a little bit of gap. Right, but I can adjust the gap as what I want. At the moment it's 50, so I adjust it a bit smaller. So this is a blog post, okay? So the next thing I want to do, I will look for posts. I add in the post, drag in the post, just put underneath here. And automatically you have done up the post. It automatically will just set it nicely because we have done 4 posts here. Show it 4 posts. Let's do this one. Style. We want 3, 6, 3. We want 2. Alright, so there will be 2. You've got a heading. We don't want a comment. Not want to have the comment, so we delete the comment. So you leave with the title, then the asset set is there. So you have 4 posts here with 2 columns, top and bottom. So this is how it will be. Okay, we are going for the third, another section. So we also put in the title. Let's start with the heading. Straight line. Straight line. We just drag a line here. Same thing. We will put into center. This time maybe we put in a different name. We can put in something else different. We do in something else. We say best selection of blog posts. So this is a heading. So I'm going to change this part here. Okay, again I need to add in a spacer. Put in a spacer so that I can do some adjustment later. What you need to do, I want the background to be indifferent. So I need to change color of the background. And look at the background color. I want color change. Okay, maybe light gray. Right, but the text we have to change back to white. Text here, we change back to style. Go here, text in white, so you can see the white color. Again, then we drag this thing down. We bring in the post. So this is a post we drag, and there's a drop at the bottom. Automatically, the post will be up, running. But this time, I want to set it into 4 columns. Instead of 3, put it to 4. Classic 4 and 6. Oh, it should be 1. I think it's enough. Okay, it should be 4. Okay, column 4, post page only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see the header. Same thing. We do some adjustment here. We don't want the comment. We remove the comment. Okay, delete the comment. Data, metadata. So here we just want the date. So go back here, style. Let's look at the content. Okay, the title is okay. We leave it as yellow. Metadata, okay, is metadata. We can put it white if you want, more clearer. At least it's more clear. And next thing we do is the asset. We put it in white so you can see the asset. And read more, change the color, read more here. Let's see what color best we choose. Yellow, a little bit darker yellow, then it will look nicer. Yep. So this basically all this adjustment we can play around with it, so you have better understanding how you set up all this. Not to worry, all this will link. automatically will link to your post page. And finally, we come to the next section with the spaces below. At least you can move. Before we start this column, right, we add in the spacer first. Put in one, we add in the spaces. Right. So we go into space, we add inside, then under here we need to have two columns. Okay, two columns. So we have the inner section with two columns with the spaces. Obviously the spaces we can adjust it, maybe less than that. Okay, so what we need to do, because if you want to change any color, we can change the color here. So let's take a color background. Now before I do that, I need to set something like column width, again must be 1005. Okay, 1005, so at least you got a space, and then at the bottom I need to put some spacer also. I put a spacer at the bottom here. Okay, so you have a gap of spaces. There you have the image, you have the text here. Okay, let's do a coloring. Right. Before we do coloring, now I put in this text first. Here, header. I put another one more. Drag and drop up here. Okay, two text and then a button. Remember, there's a button right below here. Okay, there's a button here. So we're done with it. This side is an image. So if we go into here, we just take an image, we just drag and then put the word inside. So this is the image. So let's start off with the image first. I go in, I look for an image. So insert this image. So your image is inside here now. Image and everything. So here is a text. I can move this text downwards by adding the spacer just on top here. So I put it up, another spacer here. So we move down the text later on when we do the final adjustment. So I want this whole section here into two gradient colors. So I click here, the section, and I go to minimal height is okay already, I believe. And then we go to color, background color. So I want it to be gradient. So I leave this to dark blue. Okay, you can see dark blue here. The second one is light blue. So you can see the light blue here is top and bottom. We do some adjustment. So location, we maybe put up to something like ABC 80, color location second, it's a linear. So we want angle to be 130, 330. You can't see this. If I delete this image first, and just delete so that you can see the whole picture of it. So you have an idea of this coloring here. Okay, go back to style. You go back to here. Let's go back here again. Okay, if it's a color, it's like that. So maybe this one location second should be around here. I think this is the one that we need to move. Color to about, maybe about 54. So we can look at it 54. Angle of 130, right? You can move up the other way around. So we leave it at 130. This is 130 degree. So now the text. Okay, the text should be in white. Okay, so that we can see it clearer. Same thing to this. The text white. Okay. So we're done with the text. Okay, let's see. We put back the image. This is where the image is. We insert back to the image. Go back here. Insert image. Choosing the image. We put this back. Right, so you see the image is back to normal. We can design the image, not the square mode. What we need to do is we go into border type. The border type, now we are editing the image. Border radius. So I want to increase this border radius to about 100. So you can see it is going through with the curve. Just look at the curve. Okay, you can see the curve here is just like rounded shape, rounded shape, rounded shape. This is 100 and 100. But I want this one to be more. Here, stop it. So I just want the top left hand to go about 300. See, I'm just moving the thing. 200. Now it's going to be 300. Okay, this is 300. So you can see the shape. Here you can see the shape in this. So all this shape you can design as what we want. Now you remember the side that we see this shape image is moved out of the section. So what we need to do is still in this picture format. So I'm going to advance. I go to margin. So margin I will minus. Okay, I minus, you move up. See, I'm moving up the image. Move up, you can see the image is being moved up. Now next is about here. If you can see, there is a wavelength here. So I go back to section. I go into shape divider. I only want the top part, I don't want to be bottom. So the shape divider I put under, maybe I use a wave. See the wave? Alright, but the wave is going from here to there. I want it to go the other way around. So I want it to flip it over. So you can see the flipping is over the other side. And I want it to be width, drag the width a little bit more, so you can see the width, and then the height, leave the height there, so you can see the angle of it, the wave from here to there. Okay, so we can actually move, if you want to look at the page, how it look like, there's something like this. So I want to move this over more to right side. So what I need to do is, one way that I shift the column. Basically what I do, I can shift the column up. So this is the column I shift. Then let's look again. Notice it, you are shifting out to the other side. Okay, now we come back to the text. Or another way we can add, call it the padding here to here and there. Okay, let's look at this part here. Now I'm going to see how the page look like. Going to show you the page first. Page, we go to here. And you can see here, this is how it will look like, the wave. Okay, I'm going to copy this one, right? That I want to use it for my, okay, just copy. Right, copy, I go back to my page here. Go back here. Let's go back. I copy this part here. This text here, content, then I paste it, right? So that's how, but it'll be a little bit different when you look at the part here. Let me see how, okay, let me see how this thing go. So let me copy another one also, right? So I will copy this text here. I'll copy this text. No, not this one, sorry. This is the one that I want to copy. It's very small, but you will notice the other one you have 3 lines actually. Okay, we will set the 3 lines. Go back. Okay, 3 lines. This is 3 single line. Just put content and then paste. Okay, so but the font size is smaller, but this one is bigger. Anyway, remember 3 lines, so I will set it to H1. Yep, so that is H1. Okay, that's H1. This one is smaller, and look at it. You will see this part here. We edit this part. And we look at style, we go to typo, sorry, white color, we change the size to 1 line like that. Okay, so here remember there is a spacing, so if you want to move this down a bit, I can do so, but this part here is too close to this part, the button. So let's add in a spacer. Just on top of this. Yep, so it moved down a little bit. so it look more professional way. And contact us, the button is in contact us. So we go back, we change back to here, button. Okay, we put in so the text say that, so we have US. And the button, there is icon, choose an icon. We get into arrow. So we choose one icon here, insert the arrow. So now this arrow is in front, but we want it to be on the back. Okay, you see here, before, I want to be after. So you see this is being changed to after. So we increase the size. If we increase the size, I think should be okay now. Contact us, default. And look at here. If you want to increase, you go to typo. If you want to increase the text size, right? So we can increase a little bit here. There is a gap here. Notice there is a gap. So what we can do, we just type in English, not so close. Okay, I'm going to beautify this button in the round shape. So the same thing we have been go over and over again. I'm going to change the border radius. So what we do, we just move in, give it a nice round shape to 25. So 25 maybe is a good looking of the page. So we are done with the boosting your business in social media. Drop us a line and this. Now this button E1, you can connect it to here. Basically, if you look at the button here, the connection is here. So you can connect to, okay, you can connect it to whatever URL or your landing page. It's basically this is where you do the connection. So we have finished the whole blog post page. Let's view the whole thing. Let's go into view and see the page. So the page, you have the panel, heading, engage with social, and the latest blog posts, news, 2 column, 2 row, and then down below 4 column with all the title, excerpt, and right to the bottom 2 column with the image and the text on the left hand side. And then of course the bottom will be your. So anything that we created pages with Elementor, the footer and the header manual will be automatic preset in. So you need not to worry so much about that. That's all. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of MasterClass Lesson 14, how we can interface using our professional template with the posts and into the blog pages. Hope you have fun and enjoy learning, saving money to build your marketing sales funnel online. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for future learning. Thank you.